The pregame show is brought to you by Twin Cities Honda. Unwrap great savings on your favorite Honda during the Happy Honda Days sales event going on now. Visit your local Greater Twin Cities Honda dealer to learn more.
Between games, intermission, if you will, between the 9-man championship and the AA title game, Caledonia and Barnesville. Coming up next, Caledonia shooting for a 4-peat in the 2A class championship game. Chris Long back with you here on 45 TV, joined now by Wayne Peterson. He's the Director of Community Relations and Hockey Partnerships for the Minnesota Wild. They're a great partner for us, not just for the state hockey tournament, but all the tournaments that we do. Thanks for your time.
Great to be here.
First off, let's go with the schedule first. You have the free open to the public outdoor practice tomorrow at 11 over in St. Louis Park. Tell us about that.
That's one of my favorite days of the year. We've done this now for several years in a row. This will be our second year in St. Louis Park. Practice starts at 11. I suggest arriving early. There's limited space, but it's a great opportunity for our fans to really get up close with our players, and the players do a great job after practice mingling with the fans. So it's great to bring hockey outdoors close up to our fans in St. Louis Park, and they're great hosts.
Speaking of outdoor hockey, another tradition that's developed for 13 years now, Hockey Day in Minnesota. Tell us about this year's.
Hard to believe it's been 13 years already, but this is presented by Wells Fargo, and we'll be in Bemidji this year. And Hockey Day is really becoming Hockey Weekend. We now have games starting on Thursday. We have a great high school girls game between Bemidji and Woodbury, and for the first time we'll have a men's game on Friday night between Bemidji men and Michigan Tech. And then on Saturday's the big day. We have 2 more boys high school games with Minnetonka and Andover, and then Bemidji and Greenway, and we have a women's game in there too. It's a great way to celebrate hockey and the state of hockey, and we're looking forward to it.
The Wild have been so good about embracing the state of hockey concept. You started a thing last year that I absolutely love, the This Is Our Ice campaign. A lot of people will know about it. Tell us about that, and is it continuing this year?
We launched it last year. It was a huge success, inviting fans to bring water from their favorite rink, lake, pond, to our arena, and we made it part of our ice at XL Energy Center, and we continued that this year. And now we're challenging our fans to bring water from as many of the 10,000 plus lakes as we can. We've gotten ice from all over the world, from Japan and Bulgaria, Hawaii, and it's been a huge success, and so far so good. And bring up to 3 ounces of water from your favorite rink, lake, or pond, and we'll put it on our ice at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul.
Go to games you watch on TV, you say, that's my ice they're skating on. Wayne Peterson from the Wild, thank you so much.
Thank you.
AA championship game coming up next here on 45 TV. Caledonia and Barnesville. Stay tuned. Caledonia brings a 53-game win streak, the longest in the nation, into the AA state championship game. The Warriors are seeking their 4th straight title. Their senior class trying to head out without a loss. They're going to face a Barnesville team, Chris, a little bit of a throwback offense on their side.
Barnesville's the 3rd team on the state tournament that runs that Power T. Elk River adapted it a few years ago. And then now we have Lakeville South, Barnesville. If they can get that rolling today, that is the key.
Jim Erickson and Rob Bollinger will call it for you after this on 45 TV.
Prep Bowl 37 continuing with the Class AA Championship. 12-0 Caledonia, 11-2 Barnesville Trojans and the Warriors. And what has not been said about Caledonia? I mean, they have become a dynasty, and the big question is, can Barnesville stop that dynasty here today, Rob?
I think it's going to be a good game. I really do. I've been impressed with Barnesville. Obviously, what can you say about Caledonia? But Barnesville's got a good team. I think it's going to be a good game.
And Barnesville will be kicking a little squib kick towards the far sideline, and it goes out of bounds. And that'll give Caledonia a decent starting field position here. And the Caledonia offense averaging 37 points a game, giving up just 5 points a game on defense. We'll see their offense first. Let's get the call.
Dead ball foul. Illegal kick out of bounds. 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
So they'll go with the re-kick.
And Caledonia's offense, as always, is explosive. Noah King leading the team. as a thrower and as a passer and as a runner. They got talent all over the field. And like you said, they average just under 400 yards a game.
Connor Morse, number 65, to do the kicking. Throwback with the big offensive and defensive lineman doing the kicking. Let's see if they go with the squib kick again. First one went out of bounds, moved him back 5 yards. The kick now from the 35-yard line. Back deep is Jack Beardmore, and it will be Beardmore. 25, 30, 35, 40. Good return right off the bat. Out across the 40 to the 44-yard line. Our keys to the game are brought to you by the Twin Cities Honda dealers.
Well, obviously that for Caledonia, they want to get their offense rolling and just protect the football and get Noah King in get him going. And Coach Pritchie likes to throw the ball. He'd like to be 60-40 pass to set up the run.
Unwrap great savings on your favorite Honda during the Happy Honda Days sales event going on now. Visit your local Greater Twin Cities Honda dealer to learn more. And there is Noah King Jr. Older brother Owen won 3 straight titles. He's changing the play at the line of scrimmage. First down and 10. First play from scrimmage. Class AA championship. And the Warriors will keep it on the ground out close to the 50-yard line on the give to Nick McCabe, the Mr. Football finalist. And well, the monarchy still in place at Caledonia. King still on the throne.
Yeah, obviously last year replacing their longtime quarterback Owen King, who had a 49-0 record as quarterback, but Noah's a very good player as well.
He has a freshman brother Eli who plays. Out of the shotgun. Second down and 4. And Barnesville will stand him up at the 50-yard line. The Trojans, purple clad. Middle of their defense saying no on that running play once again to Nick McCabe.
Well, Coach Pritchie has started off with a 2 tight end set with 1 back and 1 wide receiver to each side to make the defense balance. And at that particular time, Barnesville brought the pressure inside and made a nice play on the run.
Hunter Zenzen and Preston Snowball on the stop. Third down. 3rd and 4. Ball right at the 50-yard line here for the 3-time defending champion Caledonia Warriors. King to throw. It's going to be caught inside the 45 to the 44. That will be enough for a Caledonia first down. On the catch, Tate Miners, their leading receiver. 44 receptions, went up and got this one.
Yeah, they run that slant pass a lot on short yardage, and looks like Barnesville is playing kind of a 4 deep zone coverage. And Noah King just found a nice lane there to complete the slant, get the first down.
And Caledonia, as far as their balanced offense, they want to go 60% pass, 40% run, don't they, Rob?
Yeah, they like to get the pass going and make you defend it and then run the ball.
First down and 10. It's King, play action, looking to his left and looking deep to his brother. And it's incomplete. That's the freshman Eli King.
And they went deep early in the semifinal game against Painesville. That time again, linebackers came up the middle.
Just out of his reach. That's Chase Brenner, who head coach Brian Strand says has been playing great on the defensive side of the ball. Not only is his Caledonia streak the second longest in Minnesota at 53 all time, they are now tied for the longest current streak in the nation. Here comes the second down and 10, and the pass is going to be too high for Miners and into the Barnesville bench. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd long for Caledonia, along with Rob Bollinger. I'm Jim Erickson. Torrey Holt downstairs. Field level filing reports from down there in this Class AA championship game. If you're just joining us, 9-man went to Spring Grove, back-to-back champions. 40-18. Are we seeing another dynasty in 9-man like Grand Meadow and Stephen Argyle? Are they going to put together a long run?
They're obviously a great team, a great program, as is Caledonia and Barnesville.
3rd and 10. Caledonia's offense facing 3rd down and long. 45 of Barnesville. Rolling, King being pressured, throws on the run. It's going to be caught. Eli King has it right at the sticks, and it looks like he's going to have enough for a first down.
Boy, and Barnesville is really bringing the heat. They've got some talented athletes, and they came off the edge and up the middle. Hunter Zenzen is a very good player. Yeah, good size. And Noah just got rid of the ball and made a nice play with Eli, his brother.
And Eli coming back for the ball. Makes the catch. First down Caledonia, keeping the drive alive. Head coach Carl Frichte. So that's a little bit misleading because he was the coach from 97 to 2009, then stepped down. Brent Schrader came in, won 4 titles, and then Carl, I think, is in his 3rd year since coming back. On the ground, it's Nick McCabe inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line.
That time, Jim, they showed the same set, 2 tight end, 2 wide outs, 1 to each side, and brought from their left, the receiver across in motion, which had run earlier with the quick screen, and that time they handed it off for a nice gain up the middle.
Brian Strand, in his 14th season at Barnesville, has gone through some health issues here, had a major stroke, missed the end of last school year, came back this year to coach football. He's going to hear more about that. I think Torrey Holt's going to talk about Coach Strand here a little bit later. And here's a pass intended for Eli King, but I think Eli zagged and Noah zigged, and that pass incomplete.
I think Eli was looking for the slant again, and I think Noah was thrown outside to an out cut or a hitch, which are both good plays against that 4-deep zone look. Third and short here. We'll see what coach comes up with.
12-0 Caledonia, 53 victories in a row. Their 11th prep bowl since 2005. Underneath those helmets, they've got the blonde hair once again. Another 3rd down, 3rd and 3. McCabe, first down to the 20, struggling his way inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. And there was Snowball making the tackle. Another big 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, they blocked so well, and that time that 2 tight end look, they brought the receiver from their left side in and get him just as a wing on the left tight end and ran off tackle. Nice block, nice play, nice run by McCabe. He's a tough runner.
Coming into today, Caledonia on 3rd down, 46% conversion. They're like 60% on 4th down. First down and 10 from the Barnesville 17-yard line, opening possession. King rolling, Noah looking, pressured, and is going to just shovel past that forward to Evan Denstad, who goes out of bounds. Just a great athlete, Noah King, taking nothing and turning it into something, and they do pick up some yardage. 2nd down.
That was a little Patrick Mahomes like they're rolling out, scrambling, looking downfield. He didn't do it left-handed, but he flipped it underhand to his tight end, Evan Denstad, for a very nice gain.
2nd down and about 8 here for Caledonia. 171-10. 171-10 is their record since Carl Klug and his brother Kevin were on the team in 2005. From just shy of the 15, keeper Noah King picking his way to about the 12. Gain maybe 2. And it'll be another 3rd down here for Caledonia.
And Noah is a good runner. He's a good athlete. He's a strong runner. He had a very good game in the semifinal. And he's a very good threat, runner, pass, and a big 3rd down here for the Warriors.
Joey Mark, among others, on the tackle there for Barnesville. Their linebackers, Preston Snowball, Aaron Schiefert, Brooks Martinson, Jackson Pepping is the defensive tackle, as is Brady Kroll. Hunter Zenzen and Joey Mark are the defensive ends. Trying to come up with a 3rd down, probably 4-down territory here for Caledonia from the Barnesville 12.5. King caught. Miners breaks a tackle, struggling for the 1st down. He's going to go out of bounds about a yard short. It'll be 4th and short, and that was Snowball again on the defense there, forcing him out of bounds on that far side of the field.
That time, Jim, they lined up with a 2 tight end set, but both receivers on the left side, on their left, ran a little combination route with the sprint out, and it's a good throw and a great effort and a great catch.
Also Adam Tonsfeld, who is the quarterback, we'll see him running this offense, the power T, when Barnesville gets the ball. 4th down and a yard. King, sneak, stood up, pulled back.
Did not make it.
I don't think he got it. Hunter Anderson snuck in and grabbed him from behind and pulled him back. Well, number 21, Brooks Martinson, also helped to fill the hole. And is it even close enough for a measurement?
I don't think so.
No, here comes the Barnesville offense. A huge stand here for the upstart Trojans. We will see that Barnesville offense when we come back. We are early. No score. Welcome back here to US Bank Stadium. Opening possession here for Barnesville. On first down, they picked up a yard. On second down, they got back to the line of scrimmage. And so far, first two plays, Caledonia looks up to the task as far as stopping this Barnesville power T offense.
Yeah, they ran power T both first and second down. They are a wing T team, according to Coach Strand, but in recent games they've gone more to the power T, and they're lined up again here on third down.
Nick Detloff is in the middle of that T in the backfield, double tight. Third down and 9 for Barnesville. Quarterback is Adam Tonsfeld. And again, not much.
Well, as Coach Prickty said, in talking before the game, to defend the power T, you've just got to be very disciplined with your gap assignments and not watch the ball, watch the faking. I was just about faked out with quarterback Tonsfeld there keeping the ball, but a very good job by the defense by Caledonia.
That was Brenner on the carry, and Evan Denstead made the tackle, so a 3-and-out punting situation here. Preston Snowball is the punter, and we're going to get a flag here on Barnesville.
One thing for sure,
that'll move them back half the distance to the goal here. Fourth down now, punting situation. That'll move Snowball even deeper in his own end zone.
and one thing, Jim, about that power T in Barnesville, they don't want to be in third and long. It's an offense to gain first and second down yardage.
Here's the Snowball punt, and he hit that one off the side of his foot out of bounds. And Caledonia, in this scoreless first quarter, is going to have outstanding field position at the Barnesville 25 when we come back.
Bank and Trust. Real people, real results.
Back on 45 TV, your home for Prep Bowl 37. Barnesville and Caledonia well represented here today at US Bank Stadium. Second of the 4 games that we'll have for you. Then 3 more tomorrow, and then that will be the conclusion of the fall high school sports season. Caledonia is going to get outstanding field position here at the 25-yard line. When you're going against the 3-time defending champs, you can't give them good field position and give them opportunities, because this is a team that takes advantage of that.
No, if you're not getting first downs, you got to have good special teams and try to get the field position back, try to flip the field somehow.
Noah King, your quarterback, under center. McCabe is the lone back. Miners split to the right. It'll be a toss to McCabe, wide side of the field. Gets the corner, 25. He'll gain about 5 before being pulled down by a man. Preston Snowball. We have called his name all game long so far. Really getting after it and making tackles. There you see him, number 2.
He's a good player, a good athlete. He's 6'3". I think he's 200 pounds. He and Hunter Zenzen, number 80, are leaders of the defense, along with the middle linebacker, 21.
9-time champion Caledonia Warriors from the 20-yard line. 2nd and 5. King swings it out. Caught. That's Kavanaugh. Cannot escape the defender. Nice tackle. Open field by the defensive end. You've called his name also today here, Rob. Hunter Zenzen.
Yeah, another good-looking athlete. 6'3", 6'4". The team leader in tackles. I think he has 8 sacks on the year. Just a very good high school player. That time, Caledonia widened out the formation a little bit, being Slot on one side and Crow on the other. Tried to go with the quick screen, but a great play by the defensive back.
Yep, and Tonsfeld did a nice job too as he came up and forced him to the inside, and then Zenzen finished him up. 3rd down and 6. McCabe stopped, hit, fighting, will go down. Snowball again finishing him off, and here comes a 4th down now for Caledonia.
They are really bringing pressure inside. and fill in the gaps inside. Caledonia tried to spread them out a little bit with that formation, but they weren't fooled.
Brooks Martinson made the initial contact, filling the hole, and then allowing Snowball to come in and finish him off. Here's another fourth down. Like we said, fourth down conversion coming into today for Caledonia, 60%.
Yeah.
All right, timeout. Big fourth down coming up. We're scoreless first quarter of the AA championship game. Can watch the tournament games on 45 TV. Stream them for free at prep45.com.
Jim Barnesville is doing a great job on the outside with the two corners, playing those wide outs and allowing the interior of the defense to really play the run and attack the football.
This Barnesville defense averaging, giving up just 11.1 points a game here this season. 3 down linemen. Fourth down and 7. King to the end zone for Eli. Up for grabs. He has it. Did he come down with it? Incomplete. On the coverage, Kellen Hins for Barnesville, and it's another fourth down stop for this Barnesville defense. The Trojans coming up big once again.
Again, right on cue. The corner played it great. It was a takeoff route by Eli. Ran a good route. It was a pretty good ball. Played it very well and just broke it up once it was near Eli's hands. A great play by the defense on fourth down.
Chase Brenner had the initial coverage, and then Kellen Hins came over the safety over the top to help. You can see Eli King, just a freshman, able to go up, get some elevation, but it comes up incomplete. First down and 10, second possession here for Barnesville. They work it right up the middle. And he's listed as their fullback, Nick Detloff, their leading rusher coming in, 1,241 yards. He'll pick up a couple there, second down, Rob.
There's that fullback trap that Coach Frichte was really emphasizing with his defense to stop. They do a great job with their guards pulling, both on fullback trap and tailback, or I should say halfback and quarterback power on the off tackle.
If this offense looks familiar, Elk River runs this. Of course, won the championship 2 years ago, runners up last year. Here comes the keeper by the quarterback. Tonsfeld will get their biggest pickup of the game out to the 30-yard line. And they'll bring up third down and short for Barnesville.
Tonsfeld is a good athlete, only a sophomore, starting at point guard for Barnesville as an 8th grader. And look at that power T. If the quarterback keeps it, you have the opportunity for 3 guys to lead block him. In that case, 2 guys led, and 1 was a pitchback for the option in case he wanted to pitch it.
Not the first time Caledonia has faced this type of offense. They scrimmaged Elk River 2 years ago over at Augustana. Third down, less than a yard. Here's the toss on the right side. Brenner, can he get to the corner? He's forced out of bounds, and it looks like, according to the mark, he got it. And this should be Barnesville's first down of this football game, and it is. They move the sticks out to the 32.
Well, Brenner is a right halfback. He's not very big, but he's what you would call a scat back in their offense. He can get outside. He can turn the corner. And he's a great complement with that power T offense.
Tate Miners forcing him out of bounds, but not before the first down for Barnesville. Trying to hold on to this ball offensively, keep it away from that Caledonia offense here, and maybe get the early lead here. First quarter, final minute 22 in a scoreless first quarter. And here's that run right up the gut.
That time they faked the dive to Detloff, and of course you've got to honor it, and then it opened up a gap for the halfback on the off tackle.
Nice first down pickup, second down and 4. Adam Tonsfeld, sophomore quarterback. Brian Strand, the head coach of the Barnesville Trojans, saying he's been playing outstanding coming into this prep bowl, both offensively and defensively. 99 yards rushing against Minneapolis North in their semifinal win. Many people saw that as an upset. Minneapolis North was coming in undefeated in number 2, and they rushed for 366 yards in that game. Second down. This time off the left side, and struggling to get back to the line of scrimmage is the running back Hunter Anderson.
And that's that off tackle power they try to get going, and filled very well by Caledonia. Very tough up front. Coach Frichte would say their defense is relentless, and they work very hard at it, and they've been good for many, many years.
Third straight trip to state here for Barnesville into the state tournament. They lost to this Caledonia team in the semifinals in 2016, 55-20. This is their third all-time championship game appearance as we say goodbye to the first quarter. That one breezed right on by. Scoreless as we go to the second here on 45 TV.
And welcome back to U.S. Bank Stadium. Greetings, everybody. 2A state championship. I have Torrey Holt, Caledonia, Barnesville. And Barnesville very happy to be here trying to win a state title. Well, Barnesville head coach Brian Strand is trying to match his father and mother with state titles of his own. His mother, Jo Ellen, is in the MSHSL Hall of Fame with state titles in softball at Southland High School. And his father, of course, Dick Strand, won the 1983 Prep Bowl. He said it was like a tradition over Thanksgiving time coming down here every year. And now he's trying to match his mother and father with a title of his own, Jim.
Thank you. And of course, Brian's father coaching at Southland. He coached against Carl Frichte, did he not?
Yeah, Carl's very impressed and said great things about his dad.
Here comes Barnesville. First play of the second quarter. Caledonia will stack them up, but that should be enough for a first down on the 3rd down and 4. And it is. First down, Trojans. Closed captioning is brought to you by Education Minnesota, the voice for professional educators and students.
Good 3rd down play there by Barnesville. The 2 backs led the quarterback up in kind of a double ISO for the quarterback. A great play. It's hard to stop when you've got the big fullback in there and another back leading the way for the quarterback.
Couple of first downs on this possession. Scoreless, just underway, second quarter. Out of the power tee, there's a handoff to that big fullback, Nick Detloff, senior, 200 pounds, 6 foot. Softening the interior of that Caledonia defense out across the 45 for a gain of close to 5. Will make it 4, 2nd and 6.
And they try to establish a fullback and make Caledonia honor the fullback, and then everything is built off of that with the deception, and the leadership of the quarterback does a great job. He's a hard runner. Over 1,000 yards rushing for Detloff.
Riley Gavin made the tackle for Caledonia. Both of these teams have 13 seniors on their roster. Second down. Keeper Tonsfeld into Caledonia territory for the first time. That's going to be close to a first down. They're not getting huge chunks of yardage, but they're making positive gains here against this stingy Caledonia defensive team that only gives up 5 points per game.
Well, like Coach Strand would say, their goal in with that offense is to move the chains, eat up the clock, keep that high-powered Caledonia offense off the field, and of course they can't score if they're not on the field. And they've done a good job the last drive. They're getting 4, 5, 6 yards a pop.
Tonsfeld 679 yards rushing, coming in an average of 7.7 a carry. Just shy of the first down, 3rd down, less than 1, and here's a flag.
Well, the one thing about the
Dead ball fall. False start, number 65 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
An unfortunate penalty here for Barnesville. That'll move them back. Instead of 3rd and less than 1, it'll be 3rd and 6.
Well, again, with the power T offense trying to eat up the clock, get first downs. You don't want to be in 3rd down and long, and you don't want to have penalties. And that really is going to hurt them. Hopefully they can overcome it.
Third and 6. Ball back on the Barnesville side of the 50. Tonsfeld to throw for the first time, and he is pressured, he is swarmed, and he'll go down. All kinds of pressure up the middle. Isaiah Forrester, big defensive lineman among those back there to pull down Tonsfeld. It'll be 4th down.
A little bootleg action when Caledonia was ready for it, and got great pressure inside, and nowhere to go with the ball. Good sack from the quarterback.
Caledonia, all kinds of pressure. Tonsfeld goes back. He looks up, and he has 4 white shirts surrounding him. Really nothing he could do.
No, he couldn't get rid of it. Couldn't scramble. Just a great play by the defense.
4th and 15. Preston Snowball is their punter. And that one's going to be a short one, but it will take a Barnesville bounce, tapped and touched ahead inside the 25. Let's see where they mark that. It'll be at the 21-yard line. We are still scoreless here at US Bank Stadium.
The second quarter is brought to you by Polymet Mining, working to produce the copper, nickel, and other essential metals that make this broadcast possible.
45 TV coverage of Prep Bowl 37. I remember watching Prep Bowl 1, 1982, was a 12-year-old, and here we are already at 37. US Bank Stadium, the third venue to ever host this event. Third year here at US Bank Stadium after a couple of seasons over at TCF Bank Stadium.
And what a beautiful venue.
Oh, we have a beautiful view of those windows in downtown Minneapolis. Here comes first down and 10. They're going to go for Miners. He's got it. He juggles it and he holds on. Inside the 40-yard line on the coverage and making the tackle, Chase Brenner. But a big play for Caledonia.
That time that seam route with the open set, the spread set to the wide side of the field. Tight end on the other side with a wide out. Noah just lays it up. Miner's a great receiver. Pretty good coverage, but he had great concentration, held on to the ball, and they saved the touchdown.
Hasn't that been part of their formula? A lot of athleticism at quarterback, and then guys on the outside that can go up and get the ball.
And like Coach Prichty would say, we want to open up the running game with the pass.
Here is a run. Beardmore. Nice hole inside the 35 to the 32. Caledonia Warriors district. They're in the Southeast District White Division. They were 7-0. 14th state appearance, enrollment of 214, and it's really just the tradition. I saw a great piece that our very own Chris Long did going down to Caledonia, and they have flags and yard signs and everything. I mean, long run of success down there, almost amazing here for Caledonia. King. And that's going to be caught. Eli King fights for it, comes down with it, and he's inside the 20-yard line. That's another Caledonia first down.
Back to the slant route to the wide side. They run this a lot. They run it a lot in pregame warm-up. It's almost like a running play with them. He bobbled it, but he did catch it.
Adrian O'Brien making the tackle. Great concentration by the ninth grader, too. By the time he was down on the ground, he had controlled the ball and never did hit the turf. First down and 10, and Caledonia marching now.
Good first down play. Good timing route. Those guys are on the same page.
That's Eric Bauer, their center, the senior. He'll snap it back to King, who will toss it near side of the field, trying to turn the corner. Beardmore. And he's going to be forced out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. Little pickup, if any, here. It'll be second down.
Really good defensive pursuit. There he got Snowball again. Comes all the way from linebacker. Hunter's ends in it at the defensive end spot. They really go to the ball well. Very well coached team.
Can't help but be impressed by Princeton Snowball, the way he's able to move laterally and keep these Caledonia backs from turning the corner.
He's a big kid, too.
Second down, 9. Shotgun. Beardmore is the back for Noah King. Rolling. Now pressured, throws it against his body. It's going to be picked off. That looks like Snowball. Across the 20 to the 23-yard line. The old throw against the body out to the middle of the field, and Snowball had it read perfectly. And Barnesville will turn over the Caledonia Warriors. They'll have the ball when we return. Still no score, second quarter. Prep Bowl 37. Today's Fan Cam is brought to you by 45 TV. To the Caledonia fans, Warrior fans, Trojans fans. Barnesville, northwest corner of the state, on your way to Fargo, past Fergus Falls, and Caledonia in the southeast corner of Minnesota. So these two communities, other ends of the state, basically coming together and meeting in the middle in Minneapolis.
And they're all here today.
So Barnesville gets the big turnover. The interception by Preston Snowball, kind of playing center field, and kind of baited the quarterback King into that throw against his body across the middle. Barnesville has it back. 0-0 game. Tonsfeld quarterback, fullback right up the middle, nothing. Big crunching hit right in the middle.
They read that well. Very good tackle. Good hit.
Snowball was the one with the interception. Riley Gavin with a big hit, and Evan Denstead, who has also been very active defensively here for Caledonia.
Yeah, Denstead and McCabe are their two inside linebackers and two of their leading tacklers. Just good football players, good athletes, and they go to the ball well.
And really, in this power T, if you take away that fullback trap up the middle, Detloff, 1,241 yards, that is really a big key to stopping this offense, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got to stop it, or else they are going to take advantage.
Yeah, they went back to a wing T formation there, and the ball is on the turf. Caledonia says they have it, and they do. So Barnesville, after getting the pick, they turn it right back over to Caledonia, and they will have good field position with a new set of 4 downs inside the Barnesville 25-yard line. Second quarter, who's going to score first in this Class AA championship game? We've got a good one. No score, Caledonia and Barnesville on 45 TV. Join 5 Eyewitness News and 45 TV to Stuff the Sleigh. Help us raise money and collect toys to benefit the St. Paul Minneapolis Police Foundation charities. For more information, visit KSTP.com to see how you can make a difference in the life of local kids this year. Caledonia outstanding starting field position inside the Barnesville 25-yard line. And a whistle and a flag. Legal motion, legal procedure here, more than likely against the offense.
Yeah, that time they were gonna be in the slot set to the wide side.
Dead ball fall. False start. Number 79, Caledonia. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
Offensive lineman moving. That'll move them back 5 yards.
They wanted to motion the wide out to the right over to a trips look, and we'll see if they're going to try it again.
McCabe is the lone back. Shotgun Noah King. 2 receivers to the left. Miners in motion to the left. King looking that way. Looking, not finding anybody open. Now he's going to scramble. 30, 25. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Picks up about 5. And it'll be second down and 10.
They did motion to trips over here, and he's looking again to go deep. 3 vertical route. Covered very well. He ran it, and the defensive pursuit knocked him out of bounds for a very short gain. Very good job by the middle linebacker.
You really have to compliment the coverage of Barnesville. Even the passes that Caledonia has completed, they've been well covered.
Yeah, they're well coached, and they are playing a very good zone defense.
Second and 10. Miners in motion, sets up. They'll run that way. McCabe, a little jump cut inside the 25. To about the 22, but again, minimal pickup. 3rd and long here for the Warriors.
They showed the motion again to get the trips look, and actually the motion man became a lead blocker, and played very well by the defense. The middle linebacker was unblocked and made a very nice tackle on a good running back.
Caledonia, their 14th overall state tournament. They've been to 10 of the last 14 state tournaments. And trying to win their 4th consecutive championship. That is a short list of teams that have won 4 or more in a row. 3rd and 10. Toss to McCabe. Can he get to the edge? Makes one man miss. Straight arms. 10-5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown Caledonia as they break through for the first score of the game.
Same look, spreading out by the formation, and that time they ran a toss sweep to McCabe. They covered it well, but then it was very well blocked by the 2 wide receivers in the slot formation. Good blocking and good hard running.
That is the one time, one of the few times, and maybe the only time here, that Caledonia was able to get to the edge, turn the corner, and Barnesville failed to string it out. And just enough room in the corner for the speedy McCabe to turn up field and get the touchdown. 22-yard run, 3 plays, 23 yards.
They haven't had a lot of success running inside and the deep pass, so that was a very big play for Caledonia to get on the board against a very tough Barnesville defense.
Ryan Wagner kicks it through. Now 36 of 53 on points after here this season for Caledonia. So both teams exchange turnovers there. Barnesville gets the pick, and then they give it right back up on the fumble, and Caledonia capitalizes.
I think the difference is the Barnesville turnover, the fumble on that wing T set was deep in their own territory, and made a very short field for Caledonia. They took advantage of it.
19th rushing touchdown here for Nick McCabe. You can see that here. That's some bright yellow. I don't know how they get it that bright yellow, but it is bright. The lights could go out here and we could still see their hair. And it's not only just the color, but also the cuts as well, Rob.
And it is
You'd look good with that.
It is school colors.
Little yellow.
So yellow's better than gray. So.
And like I said before, they've been doing that since 2005. I asked Coach Frichte about that. Yeah, they started that 2005. That was Carl Klug's year and his brother Kevin. Of course, Carl has gone on to play in the NFL, now coaching high school in Tennessee as a defensive coordinator. Snowball will take the kickoff. They fake the reverse. Snowball keeps it across the 30, and his knee is down at the 31-yard line now. Here comes that Barnesville offense. The power T mixed in with the wing T. They're now behind. We'll see if they need to change up their game plan at all. Let's take a look at that touchdown play once again.
Nice play, Donnie.
McCabe.
Gets to the edge, and I think it was good blocking on the outside. It's really tough to block those tough corners, and he did a good job.
Kyle Kavanaugh kind of with a little push, but then he put his hands back and was not called. Not enough for a call. There's a keeper by Tonsfeld, and Miners tried to rip it out of there, but Tonsfeld is near midfield, and a big first down pickup for Barnesville.
I think Adam Tonsfeld is going to be the X factor for that power T offense, when you've got to honor the deception of all three backs after that fullback dive. He's a good athlete, and he hides the ball well, and he's deceptive when he gets upfield. He made a few people miss. He's a good football player.
Yeah, very elusive on that run, and a first down for Barnesville, trying to answer Caledonia. Under 4.5 left first half. Just across their own 45-yard line. Tonsfeld again following his fullback through, got to the 50. Picks up maybe 3 that time.
And I'm not sure if he's reading that or not, but as far as handing off to the fullback or not, but he can get upfield, and he made the first guy miss again, and it's a very nice gain for that quarterback who's not that big, but he is quick.
Eric Bauer and Brady Rosendahl are the defensive tackles. Rosendahl, number 71, appears to be the biggest guy in the field. He's not out there right now on the team. Isaiah Forster has taken his spot as the interior defensive lineman. Barnesville out of a wing T set now, and Tonsfeld will give to a man that's set up as the tailback, Kellen Hins, and he'll be shy of the 50-yard line. Minimal pickup there. It'll bring up a third down. Miners making the tackle for Caledonia.
You know what's amazing about this power T offense and the Barnesville offense in their running game? Their left guard, Johnny Robideau, is an 8th grader, and they pull and trap and pull the guards a lot. So against a good program like this, and you got an 8th grader out there in the offensive line, is very rare, but a good player.
That's number 54. He is their left guard. He's in there now taking the 3-point stance. Have an 8th grader on an offensive line. That's amazing at any level. Big hole for Detloff. Trying to get to the outside. He does get the first down. Outside the numbers, inside the Caledonia 40-yard line. Big pickup here for Barnesville.
And that was Noah King with the tackle, getting up slowly.
Noah does play both ways, as so many players do at this level in the smaller classes.
That was Detloff on the wing T, and that's their main offense, except for recent games going to the power T.
And we did have a flag as we're looking at that replay. We had an illegal shift. So hold your bingo cards. This one's coming back.
Wow, very nice gain for Barnesville and a very big break for Caledonia.
That'll be all the way back at their own 46-yard line. So legal shift, 2 players in motion at the same time. You see the left wing moving, stepping.
That's the power play off tackle, and the back just read it to bounce it to the outside. That's their bread and butter off the wing tee.
So now 3rd and 10, back to the original line of scrimmage. Tonsfeld, little Statue of Liberty as he gives it to Brenner, and Caledonia was not fooled. Back to the 35-yard line. So you could see Barnesville down 7-0, mixing up the play calls a little bit here on this possession after Caledonia gets on the board first.
Yeah, it was the old Statue of Liberty look and a little reverse action to Brenner, who is their scat back. But Caledonia has got so much pressure inside. Anytime they've dropped back, they got pressure on the quarterback or any back in the backfield immediately.
And Kyle Kavanaugh, the one who makes the tackle. Loss on the play, 4th and long for Barnesville, and Caledonia will use one of their timeouts here with 2:23 left to preserve some of the time here in this first half. They're going to get the ball back. They'll have decent field position. Barnesville has struggled a little bit punting here, so Caledonia is thinking that they're going to be able to get good field position, maybe near midfield at their own 40-yard line.
Well, you look at what a difference a couple plays makes. They had a first down in Caledonia territory off a great run by Detloff, a penalty, an illegal shift, which is it's just too bad somebody's moving at the same time, and then the sack, a large loss. Instead of that being on Caledonia 40, they're on their own 35.
So Preston Snowball is the punter. Pressure on him here to get a good punt off. Extra 10-20 yards could make a big difference here in this next possession for the Caledonia Warriors, and it is his best punt of the game. It'll bounce inside the 30, touched by Caledonia. Ball is loose, and it'll be picked up by the Warriors' Kavanaugh. And on the return to the far sideline, he's across his 35-yard line. So for Caledonia, their heart skipped a beat there, and Barnesville almost jumped on it, would have had the ball there on the muffed punt. But Caledonia does get it with still 2:11 on the clock here yet to work in this first half.
Special teams in almost every game at any level are so critical. In a bouncing punt, they try to return it, and it goes off his hand, and luckily for Caledonia, they picked it up.
That was Peyton Schott, who reached out for it, but just off his fingertips, and then the scramble ensues, and fortunately for Caledonia, it falls into the hands of Kavanaugh.
It's harder than it looks to watch the ball and the guys coming to hit you, but it fortunately is a good break for them.
38-yard line, decent field position for Caledonia, up by a score. King, Beardmore, maybe one. That was Hunter Zenzen in on the tackle.
Brought the wide out again in motion a little bit to be a lead blocker. It ended up being an inside zone run to the weak side, and Barnesville was right there to make the stop.
Hurry up offense, no huddle here for Caledonia. Picking up the pace on 2nd down and 9. Beardmore the back, King to throw. He's looking that way. He's going to throw deep to Beardmore, and it's across the middle, tapped and almost intercepted, then almost caught by Jack Beardmore. But it does fall incomplete.
I thought that was a good call. From my vantage point here is a wheel route by the back. Initially it was open, but Barnesville goes to the ball so well and read it so well, they almost picked it off.
And that's a defensive end, folks. Number 80, Hunter Denson, in the coverage, and he actually may have broken it up for Adam Tonsfeld, who might have been in a better position to get the pick.
Tonsfeld, as we've mentioned before, is not very big. I think he's 5'9", but he's a ball hawk out there. He's a very good defensive back as well as being the quarterback.
3rd and 9 for Caledonia. McCabe in the backfield with King. Has good protection. Across the middle, incomplete. Wanted to go to Miners, and he appears to be shaken up. Pass incomplete. And Miners slow to get up, but now 4th down, and still with 1:31 left to go. Barnesville's going to get it with a full allotment of timeouts here.
Well, they ran a few deep routes and deep seam routes, and that time the inside receiver ran the seam, and they wanted to get Miners on a deep inside or dig route to get the first down. Just a little bit underthrown, and Noah King did have some pressure in his face.
Yep, Jackson Pepping Senior defensive tackle with the late pressure, forcing King to get rid of it. 4th down, punting situation. Ryan Wagner is the punter for Caledonia. Line drive. Bounces inside the 30 and out of bounds at about the 25. And Barnesville will have to go 75 yards here with 1:23 on the clock in the first half.
That's not a bad punt. It went out of bounds, but didn't give him a chance to return it. Got a good roll on it. And as you said, now Barnesville's got a long way to go and only a minute 23.
So far, a couple of games in, about a game and a half. This is game 2. Spring Grove winning their 2nd straight championship in 9-man. That was pretty close in the first half, and then Spring Grove ran away with it in the second half. SMB and Wilmer. Wilmer's got a great quarterback, 4 o'clock. And then we'll cap it up with a rematch of a game earlier this season. Lakeville North and Eden Prairie. Lakeville North won that game 14-0. Ball on the ground. Scramble. Off the exchange. Caledonia saying they've got it again. No signal yet from the officials. And it is Caledonia ball. So on the exchange, the Trojans give it up. That's the 2nd time that's happened here today. And Caledonia is back in business.
They're trying that little inside counter, that little scissor play to take advantage of the pursuit. Again, out of the wing T look. And both of their fumbles have come off of exchanges on the wing T. They're much more effective and efficient on that power T with that deception. And unfortunately for Barnesville, they turned it over again in their own red zone.
You really can't stress how key it is to be able to execute those fakes and those handoffs and those inside zigzags, right?
Yeah, it's, you cannot,
not easy.
You cannot have a fumble on the exchange.
So Caledonia, opportunity here to take a 2-score advantage on 1st and 10. King to the middle, up high. Miners too high. Incomplete on the coverage. Adrian O'Brien for the purple-clad Trojans. 2nd down.
That time they showed the wheel route by the back again and hoping that the outside receiver could get on a little inside curl or dig route. And he was open momentarily. That was Miners. Just overthrown a bit. Now very critical for Barnesville to keep him out of the end zone here. Do not want to give up a score with a minute and a go and a half.
Barnesville will get the ball to start half number 2. 3rd straight incompletion for Noah King. 2nd and 10. King keeps it, breaks a tackle, 15, 10, down to the 5. Upended by Chase Brenner. King showing the ability to scramble and pick up some yardage. That's enough for a 1st down.
Good play by Caledonia there. They really spread out the defense. They had actually 4 wideouts and a stack look on the wide side, and it became a quarterback draw. And as I mentioned earlier in the game, Noah King is a strong runner and broke some tackles there.
18-yard pickup for Noah King. He'll have McCabe in the backfield. To his left, out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers right, 1 left. Caledonia spreading it out, and it's a bad snap through the legs of King, and he's going to get tackled going for the ball, and it's going to be recovered by Barnesville. King was going after the ball. Somebody dragged him down to the turf, and that allowed Hunter Zenzen to cover the ball, and it's a huge turnover here for Caledonia and a big stop for Barnesville.
You could look back at the end, and this could really be a key play in the game. When you're knocking on the door of Caledonia inside the 5-yard line, less than a minute to go, looked like they could have a good chance to score. Now another turnover, and it just kept them out of the end zone with 40 seconds to go in the half.
Right through the wickets.
Heads up by the defense.
Yeah, that was Hunter Anderson, who basically took down King, and then that allowed Zenzen to recover the ball. 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Barnesville has it back, where it was inside the 5, and Caledonia was thinking that they were going to take a 2-score lead into the half, and now it's still 7-0, and Barnesville with a short pickup on 1st down.
Going back to the power T, looks like they're going to be content to run the clock out and go in down 0-7, but again, turnovers a very big key to this game.
Like we said, they do get the ball to start the second half, so they can come in and act as though it's just a 0-0 game. They can even it up. Here's Tonsfeld with a keeper. Tried to cut and he slipped at the 30-yard line. That'll be the final play of the first half of play. This is as close to the game as I can remember Caledonia being in recent memory. They had that 25-22 game against Moose Lake Willow River, and their first ever championship win was a 14-7 final against Laverne. So Caledonia trying for that fourth state championship here in Class AA. They are right now in for a fight.
Well, I kind of thought after talking to both coaches and watching film, watching the semifinal games, that it was going to be a ball game, and I think Coach Frichte knew that, and I'm a little bit surprised that their defense of Barnesville being so strong.
They have done a nice job, and let's go downstairs to Tori Holt. Tori.
Yeah, Coach, your backs were against the wall. They're inside the 5. They had a first down and goal, but Hunter Anderson made a great play on the quarterback.
He did.
Talk about what you saw there on that play and that big turnover.
There's a bad snap, went under his legs, and as he was scrambling to get the ball, Hunter Anderson did what we've told him to do. You tackle the quarterback and let everybody else that's pursuing get the ball, and he's playing fantastic right now.
What was your thoughts, your takeaways on that first half of football and the way you played against a team that's won 53 straight?
You know, it comes down to we're making some dumb mistakes right now, and they're doing a very nice job against us. We're wearing them out. We're sticking with our main plan was keep this game close, and we've got a chance at it. Keep it close to the fourth quarter, and anything's possible.
All right, appreciate your time, Coach.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jim.
Thank you, Tori. We should have an outstanding second half, folks. Don't go anywhere. 7-0 Caledonia through our first half in the Class AA championship game. We'll have analysis, special guests. We'll go down to the desk when we return. 7-0 Warriors here on 45 TV.
Halftime is brought to you by Tria Orthopedic Center. For the athlete in all of us, there's Tria.
We are at halftime of the AA championship game. Caledonia up 7-0 in their quest for a four-peat. Barnesville doing a nice job hanging with one of the most dominant high school football teams in the country. Chris Long back with you here, fieldside at US Bank Stadium, joined by one of our many partners from Health Partners. It's Dr. Vanessa Burton. She's a dentist and chief of professional services with Health Partners. Talking teeth here. What is the protective value? We see football players always have to, they're told you got to wear your mouth guard. What's the protective value there?
Yes, so mouth guards are very important for injury prevention. The main thing is that a well-fitted mouth guard can really prevent from the most severe kinds of mouth injuries, not just to the teeth, but also to the lips, the gums, the bone, and new research is showing that it may even help with some concussion prevention.
Like a shock absorption.
Shock absorption, yep. Yes. So what we know is that custom mouth guards are really going to be kind of the key in terms of helping to prevent these main injuries. They're going to be covering those areas that need to give the best support. There's great boil and bite systems that you can find over the counter too. So I have an example of one of them that works really well also if someone is going to be hit. So what we're trying to prevent is not just a tooth from breaking, but maybe a tooth from actually like coming out of the mouth, or again, possibly concussion too.
Protect that smile and the brain. How often, if you're wearing mouth guards, how often should you replace them, whether it's wear or sizing?
Yeah, and that's really the tough thing. There's not really a standard as to when a mouth guard should be replaced. The main thing with that is going to be kind of the fit and how is it feeling in the mouth with the thickness. There's an ideal thickness that we want, and how the mouth guard is at the very beginning of a season or when it's first made, that's going to be kind of the thickness that you want. So if a mouth guard is looking thin in an area, or we see players on the sidelines or during huddles chewing on their mouth guard's going to wear down a lot faster, so they might need to get that replaced more. Or if someone's going through tooth loss, so their baby teeth into permanent teeth, that way too they might need to change it out more often. Someone who has braces, they'll need to get that changed out more often also. So really it's kind of that thickness and the fit of everything, but keeping it clean, that's important. Just keeping it in a case also, making sure that your dog doesn't get it. That's always a key.
A couple cases and a couple examples of some of the mouth guards here on the set. All right, so worst case scenario happens. You lose a tooth or you have some significant damage. What should an athlete do to react to that?
So main thing is going to be call and try and get in with your dentist as soon as you can. Unfortunately, most of these games are happening after hours, on the weekends. dental offices should have some type of like emergency contact so that if something does occur, you know where to go. But, you know, we want you to keep the tooth moist, whether it's a chip or the tooth comes out. Put it in some milk, put it in some contact solution, even spit in a cup and keep it that way. As long as it's lubricated, that's going to help us do our job. Kind of the worst case scenario is, you know, someone wipes the tooth off, wraps it up, or comes in 3 days later and goes, here's my tooth. So the sooner the better. Main thing is just wear that mouth guard, help protect those most severe injuries.
Take care of those teeth. All right, Dr. Vanessa Burton, dentist and chief of professional services with Health Partners. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
Caledonia 7-0 up on Barnesville here at halftime of the AA title game. It takes a lot of skill to get to Prep Bowl, and sometimes you need a little luck. We have seen in the 6A state tournament the last 2 years, two of the most incredible finishes we can remember. The amazing part is one team was involved in both.
We needed to get it rolling. We needed a little bit of momentum.
That was an understatement. Brandon St. Michael Albertville Knights were down 28-0 in the fourth. A couple quick touchdowns gave a glimmer of hope, and well, nobody knows better than the Knights it ain't over till it's over. Just last year, Maple Grove miraculously scored 3 touchdowns in the final minute against St. Michael Albertville, ending their season.
And a miracle for Maple Grove.
In the huddle a couple of times, we were just talking about last year, like that it's definitely possible.
So back to this year. After a second onside kick, the Knights scored again. Now they're within 6.
When we scored there to pull it to within a touchdown, you could feel the energy and the momentum, and then it was kind of shifting from, hey, we got a shot, to this is going to happen.
They still needed an unlikely third straight onside kick recovery, and would you look at this? They got it.
Oh, it was crazy. Everyone was screaming. Everyone was, cheering on our team. I mean, all of us were kind of like, how is this happening?
With a minute and a half left, Deshaun Phillips scored the Knights' 4th touchdown of the quarter. And as the final seconds ticked off, they made it stick. 3 onside kick recoveries and 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. The Knights win 29-28.
Some of our parents were like, you guys are going to get together at your class reunions when you're old, and you're still going to be talking about that game.
The lesson here, Rashawn Dillard sums it up. Don't never give up. If you believe, you can achieve. Amazing lesson if you believe you can achieve it. I'm not sure even I'd believe, one, a year after giving up 3 touchdowns in a minute, that you could score 4 touchdowns on 3 onside kick recoveries.
Well, I'll tell you what, that Maple Grove game goes down as one of the most unbelievable things we've seen. And like you said, same team 2 times, and now they come back and they do it against Edina. It's pretty unbelievable.
It is never over until it's over. This game certainly not going to need a miracle for somebody to win. It's just a 7-point game. Caledonia trying for a 4-peat. They are leading Barnesville 7-0 here as they play for the AA championship. We're going to have the second half for you coming up right away on 45 TV. Seeking a 4-peat, Caledonia leading Barnesville 7-0 here, the AA semis. Chris Omri joining me, Chris Long, here on 45 TV. Chris, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're Barnesville, you got to be happy. Coming on to this game, everything is about the 53. You've heard it for a long time. And Barnesville established some dominance out there. Caledonia, maybe a few adjustments. This is going to be an awesome finish of game 2 here.
Probably the biggest question was, could Barnesville's defense do what it had to do to slow down Caledonia's offense? Chris, the early answer so far has been a pretty resounding yes.
It has been a resounding yes. We see right off the bat just a physical type of play. You knew both teams were going to come with an upscale physical type of defense, and we see here no disappointment. I mean, King goes out, and you see when he throws this ball, it's kind of that old Brett Favre Saints pick right there, and you just knew it was going to happen. Both sidelines have been back and forth with the intensity here today.
Even quarterbacks that good, you probably shouldn't throw across the body, and then a deeper shot. This pass knocked down could have been intercepted. Turnovers, we could say this any football game, anywhere, at any level. Turnovers certainly playing a role too, each way, and really swinging the momentum quickly back and forth.
With the power T that Barnesville is running, you can't afford to have turnovers. You've been giving up a lot of ground here, but it is not dictated the score here. You see that tackle right there. You pointed that out, Chris. That was as important of a play right there to keep them out of the end zone. Momentum has been really a stalemate here going into halftime.
The only real chunk play of the game gave us our only points of the game. Nick McCabe, a Mr. Football finalist, 22 yards on the toss sweep.
Great blocks on that one. McCabe got to the outside. It's almost textbook. You just want to wait for the blocking to develop. Nick McCabe was patient. He got to the end zone.
That gives us all 7 of the points that we have so far. The stats are brought to you by U.S. Bank, the power of possible. Chris, thoughts on this? and what lies ahead in the second half.
Well, what it's telling me right now is that Caledonia has not punched it into the end zone, and that's to Barnesville's credit. They're not going to pass the ball, we know that, but 7 first downs to 3. They just haven't executed, and that means Barnesville stopping them to get out of that end zone.
And Barnesville likes to run the ball. The over-under on passing yards this game 1, so they're still on the under. Trailing Caledonia 7-0. The second half's coming up. 45 TV. Before we throw it up to Jim Erickson and Rob Bollinger for the second half call, let's go now to Torrey Holt with Caledonia coach Carl Frichte.
Coach, briefly after that first half of play, you got the 7-0 lead. What was some of the conversations in the locker room as you headed in?
How to block better, how to pick up their front. Their front is doing a great job, and we got to be able to pick it up. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble.
What did you like about that first half of play from your team?
I thought we dealt with, we had some bad plays, and we dealt with them. You never like bad plays, but, you don't want kids hanging their head, and we just kept fighting on it.
I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
Guys.
All right, thank you, Torrey. Head coach Carl Frichte back his third year back after stepping down as an assistant. And Coach Brent Schrader taking over from 2010 to 2015. Schrader is still on the staff, and Schrader won 76-3 as during his stint as head coach and won 4 titles. Rob, as you look at this here, both teams preparing here for the second half, what do you see as the key? Such a close game, 7-0.
Well, aside from the turnovers, which both teams have I believe, have 2 turnovers, I think both teams average just about 400 yards of offense coming into this game, and both defenses are playing well. I don't think anybody really expected that low scoring of a game, but here we go. We got a heck of a ball game, and hopefully for both teams it won't be determined by turnovers.
You can see how the teams got here. Caledonia wins over New Richland HEG, and then Paynesville, Barnesville over Moose Lake Willow River 40-0, and then a 34-20 upset of second-ranked Minneapolis North. And Barnesville unranked after the regular season. They were in the category of others receiving votes. I think if you extended out, they would have been number 11. But Caledonia will kick it off. Their kicker is Ryan Wagner. It'll be a short one and returnable here for Barnesville across the 30, and the Trojans will get it at the 34-yard line. First down and 10. We'll see their offense here first to start this second half. And welcome everybody here to U.S. Bank Stadium. Prep 45 and 45 TV's coverage of Prep Bowl, the 37th Prep Bowl 2018. We are just underway. This is our second game of 7. 2 more today, and then 3 tomorrow to cap off the fall sports season here in the state of Minnesota. Power T formation. Tonsfeld the quarterback. First play of half number 2. Tonsfeld keeps, tries to spin, and he'll be stood up and pushed back by the stout interior defense of the Caledonia Warriors. We've called the name of Evan Denstedt a lot here today. That's number 10, and he was right there again at the point of attack.
Yeah, Coach Frichte was very high on Evan, talking to him before the game, and they are very sharp with their assignments on this power T. They don't get caught, looking at the fullback or looking at the other back. They're assignment sharp.
Gap discipline is the term that the coaches use. Toss. Chance here to turn the corner to the 45-yard line. On the give to Hunter Anderson, the backup running back, 439 yards. He was the one who made the great play on the fumble to tackle the quarterback, and he picks up some nice yardage there. It'll be 3rd and short.
That's a quick pitch with the other 2 backs going the other way. And a good hard run. Hunter Anderson had just about 100 yards against Minneapolis North, and he's playing a whale of a game on defense as well.
Kyle Kavanaugh made the tackle. He fought off the blocker. He's an individual wrestling champion for Caledonia. Showed some good wrestling skills there. 3rd and 1, the toss, first down. They will just get enough. Chase Brenner out to about the 42-yard line. No, he actually lost yardage. He was tackled in the backfield. It's going to be 4th down. Wonderful penetration here by Caledonia. Right there. Ooh. May have gotten a little face mask there reaching in. Number 85, Peyton Schott, may have gotten away with it.
Good job by Schott not allowing the back to get outside. They ran the quick pitch the other way that time. And that time the defense rose to the occasion, made a great play behind the line.
Well, an opening salvo here by the Caledonia defense, getting a 3 and out. Snowball the punt, muffed. Kavanaugh will dive forward to about the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 29, Caledonia. First play of the second half for them. When we come back, they're up by 7.
Right there.
The third quarter is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
45 TV, it's Prep Bowl. Caledonia 7, Barnesville nothing. This is the Class AA championship. Quarterback Noah King, after his defense, which he plays on, of course, gets him the ball back. Quick swing pass out to Kavanaugh. Battles his way for close to 7 or 8 yards. He might give him 8. It'll be second down and short, but there's also a flag back at the line of scrimmage. Officials are going to talk about it here. You heard a chop block. A lot of talking on the field here before this call. Looks like it is going to stand here. Flag. Penalty coming up.
Chop block on the offense, number 56 and 60. Half the distance to the goal line. It's still first down.
I heard them say high-low, so that means somebody was engaged and then somebody came in low, apparently. We'll see it here. Right there.
Yeah, the linebacker was coming and the center went down low, and then the guard just came over and tried to clean him up. That was that 4 wide out look, 3 on one side and 1 on the other. And the quick screen is a pretty good play, but of course called back with a penalty.
End up being penalized about 15 yards. Half the distance to the goal, just inside the 15 here for Noah King. Quick swing pass to brother Eli, quickly tackled across the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Nice play, nice call. You have trips to the wide side, and then just a quick slant on the one receiver side. And like I said earlier, they just play catch.
Chase Brenner making the tackle, but that's something you said off the air to me at halftime. Maybe Caledonia will go with more of these quick hitting type short passes here, maybe to try and free things up, or maybe even break a tackle and then take it long.
Well, they've got the quarterback, obviously. They got great receivers, and they tried to go deep so much, but I think throwing the short passes would be more effective for them.
Mr. Football finalist in the backfield, that's McCabe. King with a pump fake. He is looking deep. Down the sideline for King, double coverage off his left hand and incomplete. Very, very nice coverage there by Chase Brenner on the inside. Talked about Nick McCabe. Not a bad season for number 33.
Great running back and a great program of traditionally great running backs.
He has also contributed 4 sacks on defense. 83 yards and a touchdown rushing in that semifinal win over Painesville. And in his career, 2,410 yards, 27 touchdowns. Third and long here for King. One step drop, swing out on the flat to Kavanaugh, gets a block. He needs another one to get a first down, and they cannot block Hunter Zenzen, who makes the tackle. Kellen Hins in the vicinity as well, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Good call again. That was a quick screen to Kavanaugh to the wide side. Good blocking, but again, great pursuit. And you got the defensive end, Zenzen, making the play. Preventing the first down, that's a big play on defense. He's a good football player.
Both of these defenses have players that can fight off blocks, don't they?
Yeah, they're well coached. I mean, they block well, they tackle well, and it's really fun to watch.
4th and 5, punting situation. Booming it away is Wagner, and a decent punt with a Caledonia roll inside the Barnesville 35, and it'll come to rest at the 32. Clock has been moving quickly all afternoon long here in this one. 8:21 remaining in the third quarter. It's 7-0. 45 TV is your home for comedy. Family fun goes back to the 80s with the Goldbergs. 5 nights a week at 6 and 6:30 on 45 TV. Caledonia with the ball. A lot has been made about their 53-game winning streak, but we've talked about wrestling champions. Their baseball team has been good. Their basketball team made multiple trips to the state tournament. Here's Barnesville with the ball. Quick handoff. There's Detloff. First big carry from the fullback, and he will make his way to midfield. At the 50-yard line, there's that fullback trap, and that's the first time they've been able to spring that play, and it's a big gainer.
blocked very well. And again, a quick hitter, and you can't get caught looking in the backfield. Linebackers are both blocked, and he's off to the races. That is their bread and butter. And up until now, that's the first time it's really been a great play for him.
And really in this offense, that is the guy who is constantly their leading rusher. The middle, they call him fullback, some call it tailback, but number 43 in the middle. This time they fake to him, and it's Tonsfeld with a nice gain into Caledonia territory. Picks up 9 down to the 41-yard line. I mean, Elk River's been playing that with Coach Steve Hamilton, and his leading rusher is always that middle guy. Looks like we've got a flag down here. We'll sort it out. Looks like this one's coming back.
Holding on the offense, number 53. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the fall. First down.
Coach Brian Strand not happy about that call. We'll see it here. 53. Downfield blocking here for Tonsfeld right there. A little bit of a wrap around the shoulders, little hug.
A little bit of arm action around the shoulder pads, and again, great deception by Barnesville there.
Instead of a 9-yard gain, it's going to be first down and 16 from the point of the foul. Detloff across the 45.
Going back to the fullback.
11 touchdowns rushing for him. He had 95. They had a real balanced offensive attack against Minneapolis North.
Yeah, and he was well over 1,000-yard rusher as well. And look at any good defensive team, which both these teams are today, taking away primarily the bread and butter they like to run. And then make them do something else.
Yeah, they jumped out 28-0 on North before North knew what hit them. They were down 28-zip. Second down and long again. Tonsfeld to pass. Now scrambling, spins, makes another move. 50-45. He's juking his way. 35-30 near sideline, out of bounds at the 34. What a run by Adam Tonsfeld.
That shows you his athletic ability. They were going to throw the ball, and they had him in the backfield. He scrambles. He makes how many people miss?
1, 2, 3. Oh, shake and bake, head and shoulders. I mean, there's 2 products you can get at your local grocery store right there. Spinorama. Chuck Foreman move. That's your era.
And you're talking about some good defensive players there.
Yes. Team that only gives up 5 points a game, and only one time this year they've given up more than 1 touchdown in a game. Barnesville still looking for that first touchdown. Here's some room for Brenner, and then it closes up quickly. We'll pick up 3 or 4 on the first down carry following that run by Tonsfeld.
You know, Tonsfeld made the 2 leading tacklers on the Caledonia defense miss. Nick McCabe and Tate Miners, both great defensive football players.
The 2nd and 6 for the Trojans, trying to break through here, trailing at 7-0. Caledonia scored. 4:53 left in the second quarter. Into the line this time with the fullback Nick Detloff. And a minimal pickup. If anything, I think they'll give him a half a yard to the Caledonia 20. And here comes a 3rd and 5. 4 down territory here definitely for Barnesville in a 7-0 game.
Yeah, they don't really kick much. On touchdowns, they normally go for 2, so it's definitely 4 down territory.
3rd and 5. That's the power T, double tight end. The splits very tight on the offensive line. They go to Detloff. No, Tonsfeld kept it himself. Neither would have picked up much. And Tonsfeld hit and lost a half a yard. Now it's 4th down. And the interior of that Caledonia defense coming up big, really standing tall and strong.
They shot the gap there with the linebacker and just disrupted the timing. Was going to be a fake to Detloff, and Tonsfeld kept, but by that time there's too much penetration.
Denstad again. Another tackle for him here today, and it's going to be a 4th down and 6. And I believe Barnesville here in a key, in a very important situation, will use a timeout. 4th down Barnesville when we return as they trail it 7-0. Caledonia 7-0, trying to hold on to this 7-0 lead, and it's a 4th down and 6 situation here for Barnesville. What do you expect to see here, Rob? What do you think Barnesville's going to do?
Well, you might say this is a big play. They haven't thrown much effectively. They may try a counter. They're lining up in the wing T, so it could be a counter or a bootleg.
Wing left here for Tonsfeld. Play action.
Bootleg.
He's going to throw. Pressured. He's going to get it off. It's going to be incomplete. He had 2 receivers in the vicinity. Detloff was there and Hens was there, and I think there was just some confusion. Usually you don't see receivers in that close proximity on a pass play like that. It might have been partly because of the scramble here.
I think one of them should have been clearing out, and the other one on the bootleg should have been coming underneath. It's a good call, although Caledonia did pressure him, but Tonsfeld did avoid it, got it off. I thought they had it.
Oh.
That would have been a big first down, and unfortunately there were 2 players both going for the football.
And you can see the disappointment on head coach Brian Strand. He went from seeing a first down to seeing the ball hitting the turf, and his team having to turn the ball over on downs. Back to Caledonia, nursing the 7-0 lead under 5 minutes left, 3rd quarter. King on the ground, nothing. Jack Beardmore stood up, pushed back. Interior of the defense getting to it. Jackson Pepping, defensive tackle, big stop.
Yeah, he beat the center on his block, got in the backfield, made a great play. I'm kind of surprised they didn't throw the slant to Eli out here. They had no underneath coverage and a wide split. Normally, I think Noah would connect with Eli on that.
So the tackle by Pepping, he's out, and Matt Samuelson now in at that nose tackle position. Out of the gun here for King. Scrambling, not finding anybody open. Waiting, being pressured all the way back to his 5, and he throws it to a lineman. That would be a legal contact, a legal receiver, right? He's not eligible. So he showed good hands. The ball ended up on the ground, and recovering it was Jack Beardmore. Officials are going to have to sort this out.
I thought that Noah King had Eli King over the middle on a deep post, and he scrambled and may have had a backside receiver coming across on a scramble drill, but he decided not to throw it. Then he inadvisably threw it to the lineman.
Yeah, if the ball is tipped, the lineman can catch it and go with it, but not on a straight pass from the quarterback. Here's the call.
Illegal touching, number 79 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And I think Noah, just the pressure by Barnesville got to him. And instead of throwing it away, he saw a man in white, and that man was number 79, Jacobson.
Yeah, he had no back or receiver in the area, and he didn't really have that much pressure. I think he could have thrown it earlier. Like I said, Eli, I thought, was open deep over the middle.
Now
there was no free safety,
right,
and he had a lot of room.
Now there was a fumble at the end. If Barnesville recovers that, that's not a dead ball play. I mean, that could have turned the ball over to Barnesville with an offensive lineman in the middle of the field trying to control the ball. So it was almost disaster for Caledonia. It goes as illegal touching. That's a loss of down as well, all the way back inside the 5. So when it rains, it pours here. Caledonia not quite to the 5. They're going to mark it and put it down at the 8, as you see on your screen. But it's 3rd down and 23 for the Warriors.
Very big play. Could be a big swing in the game.
Barnesville would love good field position here. They really haven't been blessed with good field position. Keeper here by King has some room. 15, dives forward across the 20 to the 21. He gets to the initial and original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th and 10, and Barnesville will get the ball back and should have decent field position, maybe their best starting field position of the game.
That was a good call, though, for Caledonia. It was 3rd and 23. They put trips to the wide side, one receiver to the short side, and then ran a quarterback keeper, a quarterback draw, and he gained 15 yards to make it, a little bit more manageable for the punt.
Yeah, Yeah, got them some positive yardage. So instead of punting from their end zone.
But Barnesville's going to have good field position, and they've been moving the ball, so this could be a big series.
The Ryan Wagner punt, end over end. Taken by number 30, Brenner. And he's going east and west instead of north and south. Not great on a punt return, but that was because of great coverage by Caledonia. And we've got a flag all the way back at the 35-yard line. It looked like it was during the kick. And we've had a few hankies out here in this third quarter. It slowed things down a little bit. That first half went by very, very quickly.
Personal foul. On the return, blindside block.
So it was a blindside block. That's a point of emphasis, Rob, something that they're really trying to take out of the game. And he didn't signal. It was just during the return. We'll see who it's going to be penalized against. Looks like Barnesville's going backwards.
Barnesville. Yeah. You know, that was really good coverage by that punt cover team. That little Chase Brenner has got speed to the outside, and they bottled him up very nicely and avoided a long run back. And then you got the penalty. So again, the field is flipped the other way now.
81 on the return team. Blindside block, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So it was on the return team, Barnesville, so they were going to have good field position, but now instead that'll move them back inside their own 35.
These are some big key plays that we've been seeing in this quarter.
Barnesville coming in averaging 36.9 points per game, and they have been held scoreless here so far by this very stingy Caledonia defense. We talked about them only giving up 5 points per game all season long, as Tonsfeld with the keep on first down. Nice first down pickup of close to 5.
Nice gain. That's that quarterback ISO. He's a good runner. He usually will make somebody miss, and he's got the talent to break off a long run, so they're going to keep featuring him in the end of this game.
Caledonia, with all of their championships, this is as close of a game that they've been involved in. Tonsfeld again trying to pick his way. He got to the 44, needed to get to the 45 for the first down, and it'll make it third down and short for the Trojans.
Same play, just leading the quarterback through with the running backs and letting them gain yardage.
Does Barnesville have a big play in them? They had the long run by Detloff. They had the long run by the quarterback Tonsfeld, but each time Caledonia would find a way to come up with the stop.
Well, usually in a game like this, there'll be a trick play or a big play or a special teams play, and we'll see what happens in 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1, power T. Handoff. First down. Chase Brenner. Check that, Detloff. Reaching out, and he got the first down even before the reach. Out across the 45. Just got enough for that first down. You see it right here. That was 34. Detloff ended up with a ball, I thought, out of that pile. He was on. It was 34.
Hunter Anderson again, good hard run, big first down. After the penalty, just coming out, running your offense out of the power T and getting a first down.
It's important in this offense to have more than 3 backs. You have to have 4 or 5 that you can rotate in there. And here is Brenner, makes a nice cutback into Caledonia territory, 45-44 yard line, and that is another Barnesville first down. Starting to move the sticks now here, the team in purple.
I think they're switching off Kellen Hins and Hunter Anderson at left halfback and keeping them fresh, and both of them have made nice runs.
Yep, that was Kellen Hins. Averaged 7.6 carries, 7.6 yards per carry during the season. So yes, they are moving running backs in and out. Here they go again. Detleff in the middle, first down and 10 from the Caledonia 44. It is Detleff, breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Will then be dragged down at the 40 by Nick McCabe.
Big tackle by Nick McCabe there, because I think he could have been off to the races if he would have broke that tackle. But a nice gain. First down, 5-yard gain. What they want to do, get 4 or 5, 3, 4 or 5 yards a pop, move the chains, and again, keep the ball out of the hands of Caledonia.
Barnesville trailing here 7-0. They're moving the ball. This more than likely will be our final play of the third quarter. Tonsfeld, the quarterback, fake, keeps it, follows his back through the hole, and he has a first down. He's down to the Caledonia 30-yard line. And that not yet the end of our third quarter. Clock will stop here with the first down, and they will mark it at the 30. They'll start the clock, they'll let it run, and we'll go to the fourth quarter. It should be a good one. Caledonia up by a touchdown, but Barnesville moving the ball to try and even this game out in the Class 2A championship game.
Here's a look back at last year's championship game, brought to you by Old Dutch. Quality lives here.
And in last year's 2A final, Caledonia took on Pipestone area. Game was dominated by the Warriors as they picked up the victory 57-6. Owen King threw for 5 touchdowns, 246 yards, 3 of them to Sam Barthel. It was Caledonia's 3rd straight title, 8th since 2007. King finished his career with 137 passing touchdowns. He's now playing basketball at South Dakota State. Barnesville, first play of the fourth quarter. Handoff right side, Hins. And he'll be stopped in the backfield. Tackle for loss. Back to the 32-yard line. Miners in there to make the stop here for Caledonia on our first play of the fourth quarter.
That was the
Riley Gavin in there as well.
Power to the left halfback. They bounced it outside. Caledonia played it well.
Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11 here for Barnesville. They need to find a way to break through. Barnesville center, Jackson Pepping over the ball. Under center, Tonsfeld. He's going to keep it off the fake to Detloff. He gets around his tackle. He's inside the 30, some positive yardage. Gaining 3 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Somehow they have to find a way to break through.
Tate Miners read that very well, and he tackled them low, not letting them spin out or juke him out as he's done before for many of the Caledonia players. So a great tackle there and a good little back.
Here you see head coach Brian Strand went through the health issues back in the spring and a major stroke. He's also the principal 6 through 12 in Barnesville. Made his return here football season. He has planned heart surgery a week from Monday.
Right.
To correct a heart defect he's had since birth. It's Detloff trying to get to the outside, and he is dumped at the line of scrimmage. How many times have we called Evan Denstad's name here today? He makes another one-on-one tackle in the open field.
They read that again. Well, it's a wing T, not coming back. A little counter play, counter tray. They read it well. They defeated the blockers, and they made a great tackle by Denstad.
This is more wing T. I watched the game against Minneapolis North. They're using a lot more wing T to try and battle against this Caledonia defense than I saw against Minneapolis North watching that semifinal game.
I think they'd go to that a little bit more on longer yardage, thinking you might get some counter action or maybe bootleg action. Wing T again.
Hins the back. 4th down and 10. Throwing for Detloff. Tapped around. He juggled it, and it's incomplete. Oh, my, was that close with Nick Detloff on the pattern. He touched it a couple of times and almost tipped it to himself, but it's incomplete, and Caledonia's defense once again comes up with a stop, and they'll have it when we return. Fourth quarter AA championship game, still 7-0.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Catholic United, life insurance, annuities, and retirement products.
If you like defense, this is your game here today. Two teams that average in the upper 30s as far as points per game offensively. It is 7-0. And Caledonia has the ball, just 11 yards rushing here the second half. They'll add to that here. Here's McCabe, who has yet to touch the ball this half. He does here, and he's into Barnesville territory.
Just a great run, good lead block, kind of an old ISO play, and McCabe hit it hard, broke an initial tackle, broke another tackle. You can see why he's a Mr. Football finalist. And they ran an old-fashioned, for the first time, 2 backs in the backfield, and an old isolation play was way, way back.
Adam Tonsfeld came up to make the tackle, and McCabe just ran right over him. And he gets to the center field logo and then some.
Big play. They went away from the one-back look and spread look and hit a big play on an old-fashioned run play.
From the Barnesville 47 here for Caledonia. Trying for their 4th consecutive championship. Eden Prairie, Monoman, Grand Meadow, and Stephen Argyle. Stephen Argyle had 5 in a row. Those are the only ones in the 4 championship club in a row. I formation look here for Caledonia. They'll give it to the I-back. That's McCabe. Again runs over Tonsfeld. McCabe, a man among boys right now, running over defensive players for Barnesville, and he's inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. We mentioned Nick McCabe as a Mr. Football finalist among that list of greats from around the state.
I think that Coach Frichte has decided we're not going to spread them out as much and throw deep and try to get outside. We're going to run old-fashioned football, smash mouth, and we'll see if they keep it up. But 2 really good plays. Well blocked and hard running. They're staying in the I formation.
It's been mano-y-mano here for the Caledonia defense. 2nd down and a yard. McCabe again makes a nice cut in the backfield. He's into the secondary. 30, 25. Dives inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And Caledonia has found something that is working now offensively. Back-to-back huge plays, and they're in business. They're in the red zone.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they're giving the ball to their horse, who's over a 1,000-yard rusher, and you can see why. Well blocked, makes the first guy miss, hard to bring down. Just a very good football player, just an old-fashioned football play.
Caledonia's philosophy is play hard, fast, and physical, and they're doing that right now.
And Coach Frichte liked the way his offensive line, the last half of the year especially, came off the line and with more physicality, and they're really showing it here. Again, back to 2 backs in the backfield.
McCabe now with 104 yards rushing. He'll add to that. Gets popped here, but he's inside the 15. Snowball finished it up, but the initial hit, that pop you heard, was Joey Mark, the defensive end. He was a little slow getting up.
Now they're wearing him down a bit, which you can tell with the great blocking, great lead block, a lot of physicality and hard running. You got to step up and stop them if they're going to run all the way down in the end zone.
McCabe up to 110 yards rushing now. 2nd down and 4. This is a critical juncture here for the Trojans. Barnesville, they need a stop.
Same set.
Out of the eye. They'll go to their horse again. McCabe inside the 10 to the 9. Very close to the first down, but according to the spot from the far side, it's going to be close. Is it a first down? Yeah, he signaled.
Okay.
Yeah, he signaled first down. From our angle, I thought maybe that it was going to be short, but it's 1st and goal Caledonia just inside the 10.
Had a lane there, and somebody made a good arm tackle, and otherwise I think he may have scored, but not easy to bring Nick McCabe down, and you can see why he's Mr. Football candidate.
He is he's in beast mode right now. He is running like a man possessed.
There's no fooling right now. They've just been feeding him the ball.
Out of the eye again. Keeper this time by King. Will try the short side of the field. Fights his way inside the 10 to about the 7. Then he's swarmed under by the purple shirts. Preston Snowball was there. Adrian O'Brien. Somebody shouting for a face mask in the pile. I can hear that down on the field. There are no flags. 2nd and goal.
They faked the ball that time to McCabe and tried to get Noah King to the outside. But I think Barnesville just runs the ball or goes to the ball so well sideline to sideline.
Yeah, Noah King. There was some contact with his face mask, and his head and helmet did turn twice before the conclusion of the play. The play will continue. No flags. 2nd and goal.
High formation.
And timeout. Noah King came to the line. Took a look at the Barnesville defense, and he will talk it over with his head coach, Carl Frichte. 7-0 Caledonia, but they're threatening to double their lead. Today's game summary is brought to you by Minnesota Shower and Bath. Done right, done in a day. Game summary, Rob. What do you think of that?
Well,
Noah King,
under his average in passing. Nick McCabe is now over 100 yards. Evan Denstead leading the defense with 9 tackles. And surprisingly, Adam Townsville is near 100 yards rushing for Barnesville. As I said, he could be the X factor.
2nd and goal. Fullback is Jed Caston to pass King. Again, nobody open, being pressured, hit as he throws, and it's caught by the fullback Caston, but they're going to whistle this down. So Caston was the fullback. I don't know if he was the intended receiver, as King was being smothered as he threw the ball. We're going to have to sort this whistle out. I guess King was down.
Either that or the ball bounced. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe we didn't see the bounce here. Let's take a look. Pressure being applied by Zenzen, and maybe he did short hop it.
Because he got rid of it.
And he was, short hop. He was going for the end zone.
I think he was going to Tate Miners over here in the left corner for a fade. And must have been well covered.
3rd and goal. Barnesville in desperation mode now defensively. They need a stop. They'll give it. Caston, flag. And he may, look at him go. Rugby scrums his way inside the 5 for Jed Caston, the junior fullback, who thought there for a moment he had his 2nd reception of the season on that short hop. But so I saw a helmet jerk around in the pile at the line of scrimmage. So I think this is going to be a face mask.
The flag is right there where the tackle was made.
Face mask defense. So that'll move it half the distance to the goal and also be a first down. Yep, right there.
You know, they tried a little fullback trap of their own. First time the fullback has gotten the ball. And actually well played by Barnesville, but unfortunately for them, they had a face mask call. Hard running by the fullback, though.
And I misspoke. That is no longer an automatic first down. It'll be 3rd down. Just inside the 2.
Well, you got to think McCabe might get the ball here.
Clock running under 5.5.
Back to the I formation.
Caston's the fullback. McCabe is the tailback. King, McCabe. Hit, stood up, pushed back, close to the goal line. He battled his way all the way to the line, but they whistled it down his knee at the 1-yard line, and now it's 4th down.
And Barnesville was really stacked up on the front there. Everybody was in the line. They played it well, and they stopped a good back. A lot of penetration. Good job. Good hard running, but very good tackling by the defense.
Well, this is at 4:48 and clock running in the 4th quarter. I don't want to say this is the game, but a very, very, very big play for Caledonia and Barnesville.
Well, I don't know if Caledonia has any field goals on the year, but if they don't make it, then Barnesville's got to go 99 yards.
Well, we'll wait and see. Timeout on the field. 7-0 Caledonia. Big 4th down coming up. It's been a classic defensive battle here between Caledonia and Barnesville, and right now 1 yard stands between Caledonia here on 4th down of expanding their lead. Looks like they're going to go for it. I don't know. We didn't have any field goal stats for Caledonia, but Ryan Wagner, their place kicker after today, 36 of 53 from point afters, and this would be actually closer than a point after. But they're going to go for it. Offense on the field for the Warriors, up 7-0. 4th and goal. Out of a power I formation now here for the Warriors. And they're going to whistle this down. Did Coach Strand call a timeout just before the snap of the ball? I do believe so.
Good call by Coach Strand.
Before the snap. Timeout, Barnesville.
not only did they see what they're going to line up in that power I with one split end, but I think that the play had been run, I think they may have got in. So it's a good job by very good decision by the coach Strand. A very well coached team. This has been a heck of a game.
It has.
And I think watching the film coming in, I just thought it was going to be a good game. And it has not disappointed. I'm kind of surprised that Caledonia would not go for the kick, because they have kicked a lot of extra points for the year. This is shorter than an extra point. And if they miss it, then Barnesville still got to go 99, 98 yards. So we'll see. I guess you would take a chance of having it blocked.
Before we go any further, I want to thank our spotters up here from Barnesville, Dale Raleigh, and from Caledonia, Danny Tweeton. Thank you for your help. I also wanted to mention the Barnesville volleyball team. We talked about some of Caledonia's other sports. Barnesville's volleyball team, the Trojans, won the Heart of Lakes Conference, first conference title in 25 years and won 23 matches. Had their best season in a long time. And right now their football team needs a goal line stand at the 1 yard line. 4th and goal. They come right back with that power formation. Wide receiver wide to the top of your screen. King, snap, handoff, touchdown. They put Tate Miners in the backfield as a tight end, and he's into the end zone, and Caledonia, a gigantic conversion on 4th down. They now have a 2-touchdown lead.
Again, power I, 2 backs leading, good blocking. I think he actually could have had a face mask, maybe, but very well blocked. Old-fashioned power play with a double ice. You should call that double ice at 4. But a great run and a great call, and really going to make it tough for Barnesville now.
Ryan Wagner in to kick, 36 of 53 in the point afters. The snap and the hold is up and good. The holder, Evan Denstad, does a nice job. And Caledonia expanding their lead, doubling their lead now to 14-0. As you see on the clock, 4:29, a 10-play, 71-yard drive. They took 5 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock.
And that drive was all power running. I don't think they threw, at least completed any in that drive, and it was just hard running by McCabe and then the touchdown by Miners. Hard running, good, tough football with really good blocking all the way down the drive.
Nice adjustments by Caledonia, kind of going away from what they usually do, the 60% pass, 40% run, with King running and making plays. Instead, they went with kind of the I formation and running number 33 McCabe down the field, setting up that touchdown run by Miners, making it 14-0.
Well, like I said earlier, a good defensive team, a mark of a good defensive team is taking away your bread and butter. They took away anything outside running by Caledonia, any deep passing, really struggled for them, and they just decided to go, smash mouth football with an I formation.
Wagner to kick. Snowball and Brenner are the deep backs, and Wagner will kick it. It'll be taken by one of the up men, Sensen. Returns it across the 30 to the 35. He cut right in front of his deep man Brenner and returns it out near the 35-yard line. And now not a lot of time on the clock. Barnesville's going to maybe have to pull out some tricks here. They need 2 scores with 4:24 left on the clock.
Well, and it's not their cup of tea to be behind with not a lot of time left with a either a wing tee or a straight power tee. Not a lot of trickeration you can do with that, but we'll see what happens here.
Not a lot of passing. Snowball has attempted 21. Tonsfeld has stepped 24 coming in. So combined, those 2 quarterbacks had only attempted a combined 43 passes. Here's Tonsfeld to pass. He is trying to go to Kellen Hins, overthrown, incomplete.
Little wheel route there with the tight end coming underneath. Did have a guy open underneath, I thought, and I think Caledonia knows they've taken away what they do well, so now they know they've got to throw or try something different.
Clock stopped with the incomplete pass. 4:18 on the clock here in the 4th quarter.
Now they're going to the pistol with Snowball at quarterback and foul at the tailback.
Snowball, first time we've seen this. And they give it to Detloff. Across the 30, shy of the 40 to the 39-yard line. They used that formation a lot in the semifinal against Minneapolis North, didn't they?
Yeah, down on the goal line, 2-point play. It's really an effective down there. And I think they probably want to try something a little bit different to show that pistol look. Snowball, quarterback, and then Townsville at tailback. And it was a pretty good play there. But now it's third down.
Kavanaugh there to make initial contact and the tackle for Caledonia.
Back to the pistol look.
Two halfbacks and Tonsfeld behind him. Snowball drops it. He's going to try and throw it, and it's tapped around. Intercepted by Caledonia. Down the sideline, 10-5, end zone, touchdown. Pick 6, Peyton Schott. And that is just about going to seal the 4th straight championship here for Caledonia. 3:28 left to go. Still some time, but that one is a big one here for the Warriors.
They tried the wheel route, and I think it would have been there, but unfortunately, Preston fumbled the snap, or it was a low snap, threw the timing off, and he still tried to get it in there, and it was picked off. I think it was open.
Yeah,
initially.
The drop of the ball may have thrown off the timing on that as well, and wonderful hand-eye coordination for Peyton Schott, who picks the ball off, and then a race to the end zone and finds his way. That is his 3rd interception of the season, his first pick 6. He's got some ups. He's got to play basketball with that kind of vertical jump.
Again, taking away what they do well, making them throw, not their ball game, and then attacking the football and making a play he'll never forget.
And the Ryan Wagner extra point kick is up and good. The conversion makes it 21-0 for Caledonia. Just a lot of coverage out there for the Warriors too. They had that play well covered.
He would have had to throw it a lot earlier and then the running back try to break a tackle. But again, they're not going to give you a lot when they pretty much know you got to throw, and you're running out of a tight formation. It's really tough to get anybody open.
Yeah, that was Snowball, just his 22nd pass attempt of the season. A team, they just don't pass a lot. They don't in the power T. It just isn't part of their game plan and a part of their attack.
They threw a little bit out of it against Minneapolis North, but again, 2-point play, they tried to throw it.
All right, today's play of the game is brought to you by Minnesota Rusco since 1955.
I think that was the play of the game because it was the first score, but I really think the equally play of the game was the isolation in that final score, that second scoring drive when they went to the I formation, and another great run by McCabe.
We could call that the adjustment of the game, right? Where they went to that formation. Here's the kick taken by Chase Brenner, and he gets popped at the 30-yard line. It looks like that's going to draw a flag.
I think it was a face mask, it looked like.
Jack
on the tackle.
Was in on the tackle. Our officials will discuss it. Personal foul, face mask against Caledonia. That'll help out Barnesville here. Now they do have one timeout left, 3:21 remaining in this game. Stranger things have happened in high school football.
Personal foul, face mask. Number 26 on the kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
There's always hope until that final second ticks off the clock. But Barnesville's looking at a pretty big mountain here that they have to climb.
Well, and against a very well-coached defensive team, and what can you do with a trick play, a hook and ladder, anything that would get a big score early?
Hins in the backfield along with Detloff, and it is Hins who has the ball, and he's going to be tackled for a loss shy of the 35-yard line. And Caledonia flexing their muscles here defensively, and that's Mr. Football finalist McCabe doing it on both sides of the ball. Miners in there as well to help out string that play. Second down and long.
Well, both teams have done very well defensively when the offensive plays have tried to go east and west, sideline to sideline. They both go to the ball very well, and that time Caledonia, there's nowhere for them to go.
Second and 12. Tonsfeld faked the Detloff. He's going to throw. Good protection in the pocket. Throws it up. Trying to go to Snowball. He got turned around and was on the inside. And he was initially on the outside. Pass is incomplete.
It's hard to run play action when you're down 21-0, and you're backed up 3rd and long, and yet that's their offense. And he did have time to throw, but there was really nobody open.
53 wins in a row. Caledonia trying to make it 54. Stephen Argyle has the all-time record, 76. That's when they won 5 9-man championships in a row. Minneapolis Washburn had an unbeaten string, a couple of ties that went 60 games back in the day. Pass incomplete here on the throw. Trying to connect with Zenzen. Incomplete. Clock stopped here. 2:33 left and 4th down, up and coming for Barnesville.
Same look that time, a little play action. Time for the quarterback to throw, but they're dropping a lot of people out of there in the coverage and not a lot of room to throw the football.
You know, Barnesville here with 4th down coming up here, trying to convert. And they put up quite an effort here today to be able to do what they did defensively against Caledonia, almost taking the play to them, forcing Caledonia to adjust what they were doing. Caledonia did adjust, and they were the ones then that were able to convert and execute off that adjustment as we have movement on the offensive line here on 4th down. A 5-yard penalty.
Well, if it does end up 21-0, the first guy to tell you that it was not a 21-0 score would be Coach Frickty.
Yes.
Dead ball foul. False start. Number 75 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down or 4th down.
Just 2 impressive football teams that have both played well defensively.
Got to look there at Coach Carl Frickty. That whole staff and that community has built quite a football powerhouse in southeastern Minnesota. There's Tonsfeld back to pass, and he is sacked. He'll be dumped by Ezra Dvorak for the Warriors.
Yeah, their program down there in Caledonia is just one of the all-time great football programs in the state of Minnesota.
Nice
and it's
spin
ongoing.
Move. Nice spin move by Dvorak. Watch it right here. A little swim. That's John Randall-esque. That swim move, that little spin move. And maybe the best hair. Well, they all have great hair, but some different levels of great on that sideline. Rob, you should know. How long does that take to wash out?
You know, I don't want to guess. It's a good look for them, though. And like, think about Caledonia, the hair and winning and what they work on and their weight room is tradition.
Yeah.
It's an athletic tradition. It's a football tradition. And the older guys teach the younger guys. And it's the way it has been there for a long time.
And I don't know if there's an end in sight, right? They just keep producing these players. Here's King. Inside the 30, inside the 25. And down to about the 20. A lot of cousins on the team, so there, you know, there's relations there, and it's just a tradition, and it is very much like a family in Caledonia. The player of the game is brought to you by Luther. Driven to serve. Visit lutherauto.com. And it's on the defensive side of the ball, a guy that we called his name a lot here today, Evan Denstead.
Yep, taking away that fullback trap and that off tackle power. Assignment sharp, as you mentioned, gap control, and it is a good tackler on top of it.
1st down and 10, Caledonia. The clock stopped with the 1st down, and then they start the clock once again.
You mentioned how long will the tradition go? Well, they had to rebuild a lot of the offensive line. They have 3 juniors now on the offensive line. Noah King is a junior. King is a freshman. So they got. They'll lose some good players, as they did last year, but they got a lot of players in that sideline. For a 2A school, they have a lot of young men in that sideline.
Backup offensive lineman in there among Mick Bullerman is in on the offensive line right now. Isaiah Forrester is still in there. He was a starter. You can see the Barnesville sideline. 13 seniors. That was one of the keys and one of the reasons for their success. And they've had an outstanding season. 32 wins in the last 3 years. They had a couple of years where they went 7-4 and 6-4. And now 11 wins, 10 wins, and 11 wins. And they've got something brewing, something special there in Barnesville as well.
Yeah, you have to give them a lot of credit. They've given Caledonia a game. They really haven't had a game like this in a long time. And as I mentioned, Coach Frick would be the first one to mention that. But so impressive are their kids from Barnesville, the coaching staff, their game plan. Unfortunately, they just couldn't get the ball in the end zone. It would have been just a heck of a finish.
Tyler Wibke on the field now. Some of the substitutions here for Caledonia.
I thought they might put Eli in a quarterback, but keeping Noah King in.
Cole Folsom, number 66. Also in there now. Sky Welch. And they'll hit a knee on third down, and that will be the final snap of the ball, and history being made here at US Bank Stadium. 4th championship in a row, win number 54 in a row, as Caledonia will hoist the trophy one more time.
Great win for the Warriors and a great game overall with both teams.
6th shutout of the season. That points per game given up is going to go down from 5 after throwing a shutout here today. Like I said, 21-0, but much closer than that. This was old school football, defensive football. Stop the other team's offense, force that offense to make some adjustments, change things up, and it was Caledonia who was able to succeed in doing that, and made it tough on Barnesville. Once they scored that second touchdown to make it 14-0, it made it really tough on the Trojans.
Well, in turnovers, the first half was really the key, really for both teams. But both teams had opportunities that they let get away because of turnovers. But overall, this is a very good football game with really good kids and really good athletes on both sides.
Good shot there of Nick McCabe, one of the 13 seniors on this Caledonia team. A lot of these kids are multi-sport athletes, wrestling, basketball.
Well, you mentioned the basketball team, which had a great year last year. Went to the state championship game against Minnehaha Academy, which is a really good basketball team with, I think, several Division I players. And they went down to the wire with Caledonia, so really good athletes all around, not just football.
And Caledonia's baseball team has been pretty good, too.
I think 3rd in the state last year, and again, a lot of these same kids. But look at the number of kids they got in the field.
Yeah, impressive for AA. And they only have, they do have some freshmen on their varsity roster, as many of the schools in the smaller classes do. But good luck to the athletes on both sides here for both Barnesville and Caledonia as they move on into their winter season and continue with their multi-sport seasons here, spring and in the winter.
Well, Caledonia is multi-talented, many talented athletes. They all know their role, and they do it effectively. Again, we said they had to make some adjustments and changes, but they run the ball well, they pass well, they block well, they tackle well, they go to the ball well. So just a hard team to beat and a hard program to unseat.
Their closest championship game since that exciting 2012 thriller at the Metrodome. Levi Schmitz with the field goal after the interception, and they beat Moose Lake Willow River 25-22. And in their first ever championship going back to 07, that was 14-7 against Laverne, and this one 21-0 over Barnesville. Let's go downstairs as we award our second place and first place trophies and medals.
At this time, we'll be recognizing one player from each team as the Wells Fargo Most Valuable Teammate. The players selected for this award are great teammates, exemplifying leadership and sportsmanship, consistently respectful and supportive, and totally committed to their team. Presenting the trophies for the Wells Fargo Most Valuable Teammate Award is R.J. Kuznia, the Wells Fargo Vice President of Business Development. He is assisted, by Eric Bartons, Executive Director of the Minnesota State High School League. The Most Valuable Teammate Award for Barnesville is Grant Iniger. And the Most Valuable Teammate for Caledonia is Ryan Wagner. Gentlemen, please step forward, and receive your most valuable teammate awards. Congratulations to both Ryan and Grant. It is now time, ladies and gentlemen, for the Class 2A Team Awards Ceremony. The award ceremony will be conducted by representatives of the Minnesota City High School League Board of Directors. Presenting today will be Craig Anderson of Pine Island, Mike Doman of Deerwood, Brian Hegseth of Circle Pines, and Bonnie Spohn-Schmaltz of Eden Valley Watkins. They'll be assisted by Executive Director Eric Martins of the High School League and Tournament Director Bob Madison. At this time, silver medals and the runner-up trophy for 2018, Class 2A, goes to the Barnesville Trojans. Congratulations to the Trojans, their coaches, and their fans on a great season. Runner-up, Barnesville. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 Minnesota State High School League champion for Class 2A are the Caledonia Warriors. Will the captains please step forward and receive your championship trophy.
There they are, the Caledonia Warriors, back to back to back to back state champions. And the amazing statistic, they didn't want to talk about it at all this week. We've mentioned it, but they wanted to ignore it. But this senior class, the class of 2019, Chris Ohm, leaves high school. Their 4-year career, they never lost a game.
That's pretty unbelievable. You know, we talk about these stats, but the consistent win versus no loss ratio here is unbelievable. You get your best. Barnesville gave everything they had today, and it was an impressive game. 21-0, more like 7-0, and then the games kind of got out of hand here at the end. But boy, oh boy, you look at that team, that is a dynasty right there. And Carl Frichte and those coaches, they know what they're doing down in Caledonia.
I went down there on Tuesday, saw their trophy case. It's pretty full. I don't know where they're going to put another one. Their 10th overall title, but that picture will accompany the trophy that will go into that trophy case at Caledonia. And you mentioned getting the best game from Barnesville. You said it off camera a minute ago. It's 54 straight wins, and they've been getting everyone's best game through that streak, all through this year and the last 4 years. This is some team Super Bowls in week 2 and week 4, and yet they keep getting it done.
Exactly. You talk about, the middle of the season, Dover, Yoda, Chatfield, they were 20-0, 14-0 games. It felt a little bit like this. 7-0, it could have easily gone 7-0 Barnesville in that first half. A few bounces, and then at the end of the game, it switched over. But every team is saying, this is our game. This is the one we got to win. And year in and year out now, Chris, Caledonia's stepping up, and it is just impressive. I tell you what, King had a heck of a game today, but boy, oh boy, we're going to get a chance to break down McCabe here in a little bit. He was a good running back here in the Prep Bowl.
Let's talk about the defensive side. It's easy to talk about the offense with the defense. Boy, Barnesville has run all over teams all year. Caledonia holds them to 126 yards.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And those mid-season losses for Barnesville against Hawley and Breckenridge kind of solidified. We got to amp it up. But they're running that power T offense that Elk River has so much got into the Minnesota culture here with a few teams. And now I'm sure people will be seeing that and going here a little bit more on that power T. But, to hold them to that, these defenses were, again, the players of the game were defensive here. We're talking about offense, but two really good defenses.
And you also mentioned it. You're going to look at the box score and say, okay, 21-0. Looks like they sort of steamrolled them, but this was a close game. There were a lot of plays in this game where things could have gone either way. There were some key 3rd, 4th downs. Again, to Caledonia's defense credit, they held Barnesville to 3 of 11 on 3rd down. If you flip any of the other 8, we might have had a different result.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Barnesville held in that first half when they needed to. That big fumble where the tackling of King, the turnover happened. They did what they needed to do. But this goes to show you again, you are going to get the best. Barnesville played at the top of their level right here, but that Caledonia something or other in the water down there has just propelled them to a dynasty type of level of football.
As a coach, fun game to watch. Just all these decisions on fourth down. Caledonia, even it's 4th and 1 at the 1. Maybe you kick the field goal to go up 10-0, and there were so many decisions to be made, and both of these coaches had terrific games as well.
Couldn't agree more. That timeout, Brian Strand calls a timeout. We sat here.
Right before Caledonia's second touchdown.
Exactly.
Right.
And they ran off tackle away from Forrester, and then the timeout happens. It shows that every play was in it, and they ended up punching it in there with Miners. But again, every play counted here. It was just a great football game all the way.
Torrey Holt is with the 4-time champion Caledonia Warriors.
Yeah, and he's got the trophy right here to prove it. State champion Nick McCabe and his coach Carl Frichte. 4 in a row for you, undefeated, the senior class. Talk a little bit about what that means and what it means to this program.
Well, it means a lot because we've been watching state championship football players ever since we were growing up, and we've always had that kind of pressure to be the best. We just always wanted to push to be the number 1 in the state, so we just kept working our way when we were younger, lifting weights, doing speed, and we wanted to be the best.
And you got the ball when the game mattered the most late in this game. What did it mean to you that your coach put the ball in your hands down the stretch?
Well, I guess I'm thankful for that he trusts me, trusts that I can hold on to the ball. Our line was just opening up gaps, and we had room to run, and that's what really got the energy going.
Well, you know, this head coach right here, Carl Frichte, is kind of a legend in your town in Caledonia. What's it meant for you to play for him all these years in this time in your high school career?
Well, it's a great opportunity. I mean, there's no better coach in the state, and we're just happy that we get to play for somebody as successful as him.
Congratulations again on another state championship.
Thank you.
Coach, what does it mean to coach a guy like this that you can take that trophy right back to the locker room and go celebrate? Nice job, buddy. What does it mean to have guys like that in your program that work that hard?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's all about. We just want them to work hard and do their best. And, he was very kind there, but it's always great football players that make coaches look good. So we're really pleased to have guys like Nick of his caliber.
54 wins, nation's longest winning streak. I know it gets talked about a lot. I know you don't want to talk about it a lot, but the season's over. You got some time to digest this. It's got to mean something.
It does. I mean, it's cool not only for our program, but I think it's also cool for the state of Minnesota. It's like I said to some reporter, I think the football in the state of Minnesota is a lot better than what people outside of the state give it credit for. So we've played some tremendous teams. Barnesville, what a program. Great job. We're very fortunate.
These are all special in their own. What is this one? How does this one be set apart?
We've always tried to, keep each one separate. All of them are important. All of our teams are important. The ones that didn't win state, because, they got us here. They kept the fire going. We've been proud of all of our teams. And, we just, again, put it down to we want our kids to play hard and work hard.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Jim, there's Carl Frichte, 54 in a row, and they get it going early. They work hard. They get in that weight room, and it sure pays off.
All right, thank you, Torrey. Yeah, they are now a pretty exclusive group. They're part of that 4 in a row. Eden Prairie, Monoman, Grand Meadow, and Stephen Argyle. Rob, it was great working with you again. Good game.
Thank you.
All right, for Rob Bollinger, I'm Jim Erickson upstairs. We're getting ready for the 4A game. It's coming up on 45 TV.
The postgame show is brought to you by Preferred One. Achieve your best health with Preferred One health plans.
They finished 13-0. They finished with their 6th shutout of the season. They finished with a 54th straight win. But the Caledonia Warriors will tell you the most important number is 4. It is their 4th consecutive state championship. Chris Long back here with you, along with Chris Sohm. Chris, let's wrap this one up. Your final impressions of the 2A championship game.
It was a phenomenal game. Defensively, it was probably the best game that we've had up to this point in all the semifinals. Barnesville should be proud of what they brought to the game. Nick McCabe took it over when he needed to, and I tell you what, 54 wins, what are you going to say to that, right?
Fantastic defense out of the gate as the teams were exchanging short drives and turnovers. They finally broke through. Caledonia did with this little toss to Nick McCabe, 22-yard touchdown. He really showed why he's on that Mr. Football finalist list, Chris.
Well, and you got good blocking out in front of that one, and I think the story of the game is going to be McCabe's drive right here. You couldn't have done it better on the 3 carries in that drive. You see how passionate he ran on that drive that set the tone.
This is in the middle of a 10-play, 71-yard drive. He has 3 big runs here. I believe one of them was a key third down conversion to keep it alive. It sets up Tate Miners from 1 yard out, and this was big. It was 4th and goal at the 1. They're up 7, and they get it.
And this was the timeout. They adjusted. They ran over their best blockers. Miners right there gets a touchdown. Definitely a momentum shift and probably the ball game right there.
Takeaways were even until this moment right here. Peyton shot grabs it to give Caledonia a +1 give-take margin and pretty much iced the game. Made it 21-0 just a minute after the touchdown. And the celebration was on down in Caledonia, and they know how to do it after 4 straight state championships. The stats are brought to you by U.S. Bank. The power of possible. Final thoughts on what we saw here at Caledonia. Congratulations to them again.
What we saw was probably a 7-0 game right there. The stats prove it. They got a big touchdown when they needed to on the shoulders of Nick McCabe. And then at the end, that really athletic interception and a 21-0 win for the Warriors.
Caledonia are the champions. They win it 21-0 again. Just so many impressive numbers. 54 straight wins, longest streak in the nation. 4 straight titles. And again, a congratulations to the seniors on Caledonia. They're going to head off to college, never knowing what it feels like to lose a game. Coming up next, SMB and Wilmer. Oh, is there going to be some talent on the field in this game? The 4A championship coming up next on 45 TV.